what buttons to click is the new expansion pack for Maximus. Yeah, because there's five new coins, and there's kind of a lot going on. You got some choices, you got some options. There's so that's what I've been doing recently. Is actually
remembering their names is some work.
Yes, and you got to add them all to your MetaMask, and then they're not showing prices yet, so that's annoying. And then even on Dex Screener, like it's hard to find prices and the pairs on them, so it's very new. But that's what I've had some fun with that. I've already minted mine. I did what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try it all. So just for people watching at home, what are we talking about? Like, there's been an expansion pack for the Maxi token. There's basically 4 new hex staking pools. There's like 1 year, 3 year, 7 year, and 10 year. And then there's a new token called Team. And that Team token gets the Hedron and then half of all the bigger pays better bonus from the other 4 coins. So kind of interesting. It's, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, so is there any reason not to, I think one of the biggest things is, okay, if you're swapping 1-for-1 hex for the perpetuals, so you swap Maxi for Team, but for the rest of them, the other 4, you swap hex 1-to-1. It goes into a staking pool for a number of years, 1, 3, 7, 10. And then at the end of that period, so you get liquidity, you get the coin back, do whatever you want with. And then at the end of the stake, you can get the hex back plus the bonuses and stuff for the pooled staking, right?
Yes. Yep, exactly.
If that's the case, there should be a premium on these coins compared to hex, correct?
Correct.
Is there any reason not to mint? Like if you got liquid hex, whatever, is there any reason not to mint 1-on-1? If nothing else, you get the short. You've got to wait, maybe got to wait some time for liquidity and stuff like that to settle. So
weeks.
And then the game theory is like, okay, if everyone's planning to do that, which maybe not everyone is, but like, is there going to be a premium? All those factors involved as well. But I guess what's the case against minting with your liquid hex on this?
The loss of your Hedron, that's probably the number one. Is you don't get your Hedron when you do this. When you put your hex into, let's say, DESI, let's go for the 10 year, because that's the most popular and you'll get the most yield. That's probably going to be the best performing one, in my guess. So you take all your liquid hex, you put it into DESI, you don't get any Hedron. That's a bummer. And then if 150 million hex gets minted into DESI, and then there's the bigger pays better bonus, half that goes to the team holders. So it's not like a full hex stake. They're kind of like, you don't get as much if you otherwise. So that's like the con. That's like the negative. The pro is, though, the premium. If you look at Maxi, and that's what I'm basing this on, Maxi blew my mind. I did not expect that premium to ever do as well as it did, ever. It shocked me when it went to 50% premium and then double, where you could trade 1 Maxi for 2 hex. I couldn't believe it. So
everyone's calling for like 1.1, right? And then it's like been 1.6 to 2 for a long time now.
The whole time. It's crazy. That's like amazing. It overperformed beyond everybody's expectations. So DESI and the others, they might do that too. You might be able to, if you want later, if you're like, you know what, I kind of want my Hedron, you could just sell your DESI back and maybe get 2 hex. So like it's a win-win. Like that's a good move.
Maybe, yeah. With the DESI, the 10 year would have the biggest chance of doing something like Maxi did with the 1.5 to 2. The base, you should temper your expectations on base. I think the market's going to be not pricing that quite as high as the 3, 7, 10, especially the 10 and 15.
I agree.
Yeah, not getting your Hedron. Interesting. So what's the case for Team then? I think, because I remember talking to Dipcatcher and he mentioned, I said, okay, where's the 10,000X? Like, where's that going to, like, what token is going to be the best chance for that? He mentioned Team. What is that all dependent? I know a lot of it's because it's derivative. They're all derivatives. So it's like a lot of it is dependent on the hex performance. But if you're going to pick one that's going to be, you're going to trade the high risk for high reward type of thing. We know the premiums that are going with the perpetuals. Would that be Team, or like what is Team's ceiling? I guess in that way.
It is very dependent on how the others do. the more hex that goes into the 4 perpetuals in the next 3 weeks before it closes, that's critical. The more in, the better team's going to do. For team, me personally, I put in half my maxi. I like maxi. I'm not giving up all my maxi. Team is sort of a gamble depending upon what happens. So I did half. And then we'll see, because I want that hedron. That's cool. And then any other bonuses from the perpetuals, I'll take them too. So I did mint team, and I am going to stake my team. So I think it's worth trying, but I would not sacrifice. I would not do all of my maxi personally for team. I wouldn't, because maxi is going to follow hex and do great too. So yeah, I wouldn't go all in on team, but I would try it.
Okay. And so the biggest reason you would participate in this initial pool, I was watching Gold Key and Dipcatcher. They've been doing a lot of good streams lately too. In the last couple of days, I've been catching up, especially since I've been back. The biggest reason to participate in the initial pools is that this is a chance, at least for the perpetuals, to get the 1-to-1, like the 1-to-1. Later, there's going to be a premium on the next coming pools and stuff, right? So in that case, for this, would it be better? I guess it depends. Does it depend on how much you have of maxi? Whether you're going to say, okay, I'm going to keep my maxi, I'm going to go take liquid hex, or I'm going to go buy liquid hex and turn that into maxi and then get team, or is there any strategy around like not minting? I guess like what are the contrarian strategies of like, okay, I'm not going to participate in the pools, I'm going to wait till it comes out. Are we just waiting for another hopefully a dip because of crazy bear cycle in crypto, or is there anything around that?
Yeah, if you're still waiting for the dip, it's probably like the big one. It's not here yet, right? And it might be next month or November, when the dollar and the Dixie goes real high, and when the bond market sells off, and there's a liquidity problem in the credit markets. Like the banks can't lend each other money, so we're going to have another 2008 lockup soon. And when that happens, literally the stock market, crypto, everything's going to go to like the lowest prices you've ever seen. That's going to be the time to buy. But they might just print their way out of it again, so it's not guaranteed. So I wouldn't like bet on the bottom. So in the meantime, for like one of the other contrarian things I heard about like team is like a portion. So you put in your maxi and you get a team. Part of that maxi is burned, so that makes it deflationary. So that's fine, that's cool. But like 50% of it goes to this mystery box, and it's sort of like the hex OA. And now that mystery box address is the largest holder of maxi because of this. So, we don't know what the mystery box is going to do. It's a mystery, right? No expectations. So,
why would that make you change the way that why would that make you participate or not with team, for example, or because you think the maxi premium is going to go up because of less supply because it may be burned? Like what are some of the thinking for that?
Exactly. Like it may be more profitable for you to just hold your maxi than participate. And I've heard a lot of speculation from people on that. I'm on the fence. I try everything. I click every button in crypto. So like I tried some, but I have heard I've heard people theorize if you hold your maxi, you'll make more money long term. It's the better play. So only time will tell, but I've heard both sides of the aisle.
So hold the maxi. I mean, not just a long-term play, but even short-term, even 6 months to a year. Hold maxi, maybe gets burned by the mystery box and stuff like that, and then you can buy team on the market to. Like, is there any play around like waiting until after the burn price goes up to get the other staking pool tokens?
Well, what's weird about the team is if you don't stake your team in the next like 2 weeks, then you're like locked out for the next year of staking. You'll have to wait until next September. So I don't know what the team price is going to do after the staking's done. It's kind of like I could buy this coin, but I can't stake until next September. What the hell am I going to do? What do I want that then? So I don't know. Liquid team, I think, is going to be might go, I don't know, but it might go down. Basically, there might be less demand for liquid team once you can't stake it for the year.
Well, so the incentive okay, if you have maxi, then you're saying that maybe if you waited out, you didn't mint team, that you could use maxi to get maybe the liquid team that's going to come unstaked later on.
That's a possibility.
Then the incentive for keeping it for like re-upping, like restaking it each year is you keep getting the bonuses and you share from the pool from the perpetuals.
Yes.
That's why it wouldn't all get dumped like that, or that's supposed to be why, at least.
Yes. And I believe the majority of the team that already has been minted is already staked. So, because if you're going to do it, that is the smart move, in my opinion, is give up your maxi, get some team, stake your team. And then you're locked in for that year to get all those rewards.
So you stake your team to get all the stuff from perpetuals.
Yes.
Are you giving up your maxi in the meantime?
Yes. Because just holding team in your wallet liquid does not give you the payouts from the perpetuals.